I've got some exciting news today. USCIS has made a few changes to the EB1A green card requirement. So the big question really is, does this make getting your EB1A green card easier? Hi, I'm Saiman Shetty, your host and founder of the Smart Green Card program. And through our program, we have helped over 70 amazing people from all kinds of backgrounds achieve their EB1A green card approval in record time. And by record time, I mean in about a year to 2 years. So let's dive into these recent updates to the USCIS policy manual for the EB1A. For those of you who might not know, the USCIS policy manual is basically like a guidebook that officers use when they review your case. So it is also super helpful to understand exactly what the EB1A requirements are, and more so with these policy manuals, how the officers interpret the law to adjudicate your case. It's kind of like a sneak peek into the officer's mind itself, and this also helps you understand the different types of evidence you can possibly provide to convince an officer about your extraordinary ability in the EB1A process. So now, what are these new updates really, and why are they really good news for EB1A applicants? Let's just take a look together. Update number 1, awards criteria. First up, let's talk about the EB1A awards criteria. The big news here is that USCIS is now saying team awards can count, and this wasn't really allowed before. We've been seeing a lot of pushback saying that, hey, this is a team award, your company gives it, so it's not really valid. But this is a major update. But that's a little catch though. You still need to be named specifically, so you can't have the award be for the entire team without your name on it. So if you were to be part of a award-winning team but did not get individual recognition in the process, that is still not going to meet the criteria. For example, if your team wins an award and each member gets a trophy, certificate, or even like a medal with their name on it, that can now be used to meet the EB1A awards requirement. That's pretty cool, right? Because this was not valid before, as long as it is not an individual award and not a team award. Update number 2 is the membership criteria. Let's talk about the EB1A membership criteria a little bit. The USCIS is now allowing you to use your past memberships to qualify as well. So if you were a member of like an elite organization in the past, you can submit that as evidence. But here's the thing, they are also going to look at how long you were a member to decide if it really proves your sustained acclaim in that membership or not. So the good thing is that you don't need to be an active member, but the catch over here is like you cannot just have a membership for like 2 months just to get the membership and then be out of it to, because you won't then meet the sustained acclaim criteria. That said, some attorneys I have spoken to, and I speak to a lot of attorneys on a weekly basis to understand how USCIS moves and all that, they have mentioned that EB1A applicants often struggle to demonstrate sustained acclaim, especially when they are relying on older memberships. Plus, based on our experience in the Smart Green Card program, the EB1A membership criterion is one of the hardest criterions to meet, and sometimes USCIS officers will accept senior level memberships, but at other times they might just issue an RFE saying that this is not a high enough bar to qualify for the membership criteria. So there's a lot of officer discrepancy also that we are seeing in the membership criteria specifically. So what is my advice really around this? I think you should not stress too much about this criteria. Focus on other EB1A criteria first and treat awards and memberships probably as a secondary or a bonus criteria, because that will make your journey a little more deterministic and a little more smoother. Update number 3 is about published material or the press criteria. This is a pretty interesting change because USCIS has removed the part that said that your published material must showcase significance of your work. Now having press coverage about you and your work in major publications is usually enough to meet the criteria, at least from what USCIS is saying on this policy update. But there is a quick note over here though. While this makes it easier to meet the press criteria, at least on paper, it might still be hard to satisfy the final merits determination process. So like I said, although they are clarifying what is included, what is not included, what is acceptable, and maybe some potential interpreted relaxations to the policy update, I still recommend following the more conservative path of actually doing things in a much more rigorous manner to satisfy whatever is the strictest interpretation of the law, because that always helps you be on the safer side, and a little bit of overwork doesn't really hurt you in this process. It can only help you. Update number 4, displaying your work at artistic exhibitions. They have clarified what they mean by exhibition in the 7th EB1A criteria about displaying your work at artistic exhibitions or showcases. So it's not just for artistic exhibitions anymore. USCIS now says that they'll be considering non-artistic exhibitions as well, so long as you can provide strong comparable evidence about that. So for example, if your work has been showcased at like a TEDx conference or any other special conferences in your field, it might still help you meet this EB1A requirement. And there you have it, folks. This is the latest USCIS policy update for the EB1A green card. Do I think these changes have lowered the bar for the EB1A? Not really. USCIS is still looking to attract the best of the best on the EB1A to the US. So if you are working on your EB1A application, my advice is for you to keep focusing on collecting the strongest, most relevant piece of evidence that you can possibly find that legitimately shows your extraordinary abilities in your field. And if you need personalized help in building a compelling EB1A profile, definitely check out our VIP plan at the Smart Green Card program. We've helped over 70 people achieve their EB1A approval so far. Every week we have new approvals coming in, and we have gotten 100% eventual approval rate so far. So if you want to hear more about our client success stories, head over to the Smart Green Card's website success story section, and also stay tuned to the Smart Immigrant podcast, where we publicly interview a lot of these approved clients as well, along with attorneys and many more resource people in the EB1A space. Don't forget, you can find us also on Instagram and LinkedIn, providing you daily tips every single day. So make sure you head out there and follow us there as well. If there's a topic that you'd like us to cover in the next video, drop a comment and let us know. Stay tuned for our daily insights for free on your EB1A journey, and don't forget to subscribe for more guidance on reaching your EB1A goals. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, this is Saiman Shetty signing off. Peace.